Well, south of Canada on the U.S. southern border, shelters for pregnant migrant women and children are providing life-affirming care. Casa Maris in El Paso, Texas, and Stellar Shelter in Juarez, Mexico, provide safe havens to pregnant women, children, and vulnerable migrant mothers along the Texas-Mexico border who are fleeing harsh conditions in their home countries and hoping to seek asylum here in the United States. And joining us now is Karina Breceda, pro-life activist and co-founder of Stellar Shelter and Casa Maris. Karina, great to be with you today. I know today is a really special day for you all, especially with it being the feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, who is not only Mexico's patron saint, but also the patroness of the unborn. Quickly tell us how you all celebrated today.
So we have a tradition that we sing Los Mañanitas to Our Lady. We wake up early and we take her mariachi, and in the afternoon we're going to have matachina, so we're going to dance for her. Really excited. So we have our whole regalia ready.
That's so beautiful. Let's talk more specifically about the shelters now. We mentioned who you help, but can you talk to us a little bit more about that and also the services that you provide to these women and children?
So we want to provide life-affirming accompaniment and, you know, of all the various things that women need in pregnancy. What people have said over and over again, that I'm afraid to do this alone, and especially in their journey and their coming, you know, just all the situations that they come across, and knowing that there's somebody there that's going to be there when it comes time to give birth, and through the process of lactation and through, you know, the newborn stages. That has really been the difference in women saying, I feel really confident in this decision that we made.
Yeah. What called you to do this type of work?
I'm a mother, but I'm also El Paso and Juarez is my community. We see it as one big city. And during the migrant crisis, there was just so much need. I saw so many women and children and babies. And I grew up in the pro-life movement, and it just seemed like the natural transition. Like there's women there, and this is what the pro-life movement does.
Yeah. Can you paint a picture for us from your own experience about the situation at the border, especially for these women that you serve?
So, you know, these past 4 years have been particularly difficult, even in, you know, the other migrant activists that we talk about on how different addressing the situation has been. I do think that there's so many vulnerable people that are, you know, being forgotten and excluded in just the conversation around this.
Yeah, and how has it been? I don't know if you can talk about this, but how has it been since you've been operating these shelters for the past few years under the Biden administration? And what do you anticipate things being like in this new incoming Trump administration? Do you think things will change at all?
So, you know, in calling for this mission, I think that it doesn't matter, you know, who's in the administration, the people over politics. It has been just a different shift in the attitudes towards speaking about the issue, because people think, oh, there's a Democratic administration, so you know, if you're pro-migrant, you know, let's not talk about the issue. It's like resolved, but the same needs are there, the same people coming are there, and the same our brothers and sisters are there. So I think it's really important that we see that we are our brother's keeper, and we focus on that.
Yeah, you help so many people, and I know sometimes you need help as well, because obviously this is a nonprofit, and you got a really nice surprise today that's really going to help everyone that you serve. Tell us about that.
So we're really excited. I can't believe that we're going to get a border vehicle, because we do a lot of outreach to the tent encampments and humanitarian aid, and a lot of that means going into the Rio Grande and going into the river, and to have a truck, like, we're going to take water, and if anybody needs, we used to take like monthly donations of diapers or food or anything that might be needed. So, and it's coming today on the Feast of Our Lady. It feels kind of, it feels like it's from her.
That is so wonderful. And Karina, if folks are interested in learning more about the shelters, possibly helping, where can they get more information?
You can go to borderlifeinternational.com, and then it'll just have a little bit of information about what we do. And then there's going to be a link to like updates for a newsletter that we have, just you know, the perspective that we have on the border.
Well, Karina, thank you so much for coming on and sharing all this with us, and thank you for what you do. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.